Welcome to Mystic Moons. Let us go and see messages that we should be aware or beware of. I was watching a video that was done last night, the last one, Messages from Beyond the Grave. I think I'll go back later and take that 18-minute mark or so of that video. My cat got very aggressive during the reading with the tinctures. He was taking it around and calling through the tinctures. Tinctures are loud, by the way. I'm sure that sound probably comes through because it's metallic on this video. But if you let those things just clang away, they're very loud and piercing. I'm here to go and check out what kind of readings, what kind of messages are out here. These are messages for the collective, not any one particular collective in particular. Not for someone who is a specific star sign or one of the particular elements that make up their major star sign. What there could be specifics of who is involved, we will find out if it's meant for us to know. There was something else I was going to say. Well, of course, if you're a subscriber to Mystic Moons, thank you so much for being part of the channel. Thank you as well for the like. I see the like. Thank you very much. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to sit back and enjoy the collective reading. These are readings I do for the community to benefit the community. If you have any answers or questions, I also invite you, if you feel called to, check out the earlier videos of this series. There's several of them. The way that I would recommend you check them out, if you feel called to, check out an Aware and Beware. Just click anywhere on the timeline. Almost like picking a card. Hello, The Real. Nice to see you. Let's see, shall we get started? I think we should. Let me go and just have a little, I'll be getting over a cold. Still have a little bit of it. I'm going to mute for 1 second, then we'll get started. Okay. Try and mute whenever I have a little bit of a cold or cough or whatever. Let's go and get started. Messages from Spirit, Aware and Beware. Ah. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you very much, The Real. The Real Pharaoh Wolf Dog. Well, welcome. There are many things that go on in the channel, many more things planned to come, of course, as time permits. No, I don't have any dogs yet, Wolf Dog, the Real Furious Wolf Dog. But I do plan on getting a dog at some point. Right now I have 4 cats that I do share videos of. All right, let's go and see. Actually, I need one more deck. Let me get my second deck. For these readings, I also use my moon cards. container over here. All right, so first message from Spirit. I actually have 2 new cards to add to it. All right. Let's see the first message. First message, I'm going to divide this into three parts. I'm just going to rearrange this a little bit. All right. First message. Foolish. Foolish. In the meantime. And local. So something close to you, something nearby is actually taking longer than it needs to. It is meandering more than it needs to. Something is around you, something not quite that serious. Perhaps it should be taken seriously. Yes, I have both decks that I've used for a while. I've done over 3,000 readings with this deck in particular. And I do have several decks that I've made up as well. Thank you. I also too have made up, like for instance, this portal that I use. I made that up. It's actually a traveling bag as well, which for a singing bowl and crystals. And I also have here sculptural pieces. And these sculptural pieces are pieces done of a spirit I saw in 2003. A shimmering thing, a shimmering humanoid thing. So I do have lots of elements here. You know, everybody has their own way of working, right? Doing the energy work, expressing their creativity. For me, definitely a part of it is the personal touch. Yes. This is, I'm going to make this again too, bigger. I'll eventually make this life size, but right now I don't have the space for it. You could check out on my channel page, I have links to my Instagram, and you could see some of the artwork that I do, because I do things very large scale, and these are just prototypes. And this is actually, as I said, a spirit that I saw. I was up on top of the hill. I was staying at this little, they called it a cabin, but honestly it was a shack at an ashram that was built off the dock, off this pond. And the pond and, my cabin, my shack where I was way at the bottom of this large hill. There was this large hill and very steep hill. And I saw something humanoid but shiny and glimmery around 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m., not quite midnight, but almost. And it was a little taller than a human. It was maybe about 7 feet. It looked about 7 feet. And then when I noticed, I just was paying attention because it was like this thing that shimmered literally like this. It was faceted, and each time it moved, it was like it had many different phases of itself. Almost like those after. When you take one of those slow motion photographies, or you look at slow motion photography, and they show the many steps that are involved in an action. It was like that. And then as I looked at it and as I noticed it, it started coming down the hill. Not particularly fast, not particularly slow. I wasn't feeling anything hostile about it. I also was thinking as it was coming down that it must have been, maybe it was getting larger. It wasn't quite 7 feet. Maybe it was like 8 feet. Some 8 feet shimmery thing, like moseying on down to where I was. And I thought, when it was about halfway down the hill to where I was, I thought, I went inside. I said, okay, that's enough. I see you, and I'm going back inside now. But that image struck me, and it still strikes me. Tell me. Tell me. I also like this piece because it reminds me of the many different faces and the many different roles that as we're out in life that we have to adapt. Just like we have many different masks that we have to adapt to, we also have different roles and different actions that we play into, which is also why I like this, the concept of this as well. Oh, really? I am also Native American. We're also a Native channel. But tell me about your own understanding. I'm always very eager to hear how other people regard the work. But those are the story behind it, and also sort of how I carried it out, how I think about it as well, on a more human level. In the meantime, I will continue with this first message that we have: foolish, meantime, and local. So something nearby is taking a lot of time. Could be just the situation itself. The overall situation, something is foolishly taking a long time to come through. It could also be something foolish is working its way towards you. It's already local. Oh, I agree. I agree. I definitely agree. We most definitely interact. I think time is anything but linear. Anything but the linear concept they give us. Even the way they try and bookmark us, anchor us to having so-called accomplishments at specific periods of our age time, as if first of all everyone age is the same and everyone's path is the same. Yeah, so that's what we're here for. So something is taking either a very long time to come through, or something foolish is working its way towards you. Let's go and find out. Well, Nine of Swords did fall out. I will take that. Take one more. Seven of Cups. And then we also have bottom of the deck energy, the Moon. So actually, I'm going to go and say that with these energies, it actually changes my meaning of what I have a little bit more. Nine of Swords, Seven of Cups, and the Moon is all about too many things going on at once. There is choices here, but no clear choices are presenting itself. We already have meantime, foolish, and local. There are things tangible that are just right at our fingertips. We know what we want with local. We know what we want nearby, and yet with foolish and meantime, we are unable to capture it. Oh, I will remember that. Is that towards the Pacific Northwest? Or the Pacific Northern area? Like around the Alaskan, yes. Oh, well, welcome. I do work between, tribal themes. Tribal themes, also to conformity. The conformity of self, basically how the individual works on that. I don't know, it's interesting. But I'll continue with these. So, that's first of all the message that I have. Something, you're waiting for action to come through, and nothing yet is arriving tangible that you go and grab onto. We'll get more cards. I have a humble partner. Could be literally someone referring to love. It could also be just simply partnership. I wait until I get more of my cards up here. Well, my Seven of Cups is also, and the Moon are also the cards of creativity, and having a deep belief may make sense, may not make sense in what you want. It could be something, with these cards, I'd like to go and say that it's something that you believe deeply in, something that you really want, something that really motivates you in what you're doing. Could be around romantic energy, could be just something that you really love doing in terms of work. With local, that's why local sort of could be a person, could literally be a situation. It's very fluid here with air, moon, Seven of Cups energy. So first of all, know that as well, the energy itself, the situation that you're in, if this reading resonates with you, is very fluid. Nothing is solidifying for you in this energy, precisely because you are not meant to be tied down yet. There are still other options for you to explore. There's wiggle room for you to move around in, possibly too in this energy. Perhaps where you're supposed to be is not even local in the first place. Perhaps what you're looking for is not even local in the first place. Perhaps where you're meant to be ultimately, which is why all this transitory energy is here. There's somewhere else Spirit is trying to move you towards. I'm going to pull a few more tarot cards on that. I feel like I keep on pushing them back. There we go. So I have Magician, and I have Ace of Cups. Right now it's all about perception. If you feel right now that there are tangible things that you need to have in your hands, tangible events that you need to have happen for you right now, and no more everything being up in the air and not tangible, not in your hands, not actual things you can grab and say, I have, I own, I'm working on, right? Because all these things are in the ether. They're in the imagination. They're on the astral plane. They're in the shamanic records. They're out there in the realm of thought. And what I have here, first of all, is that things need to remain in the realm of thought. There's more work to be done in the realm of thought. Think about this. Think about what you can manifest, especially in this time of spring, this time of growth, the actual true, if you want to go and consider it, the actual true start of the year, as now the year finally comes into bloom, finally awakens into growth. There's still work to be done to refine who you are at this specific time period and who you want to be at this specific time period. Don't make hasty choices because you feel like you have to. And maybe too, in this energy, you could think, well, maybe if plan A comes through, then I can go on to plan C, which is what I really want. I feel the message that I have here is that the reason why you're not getting plan A, so you can jump from plan A to plan B to plan C, is literally because it's that plan C that you should be focusing on in the first place. Not the segues and not the steps to get there or what you would perceive to get there. Go after the big thing, the main thing, what really makes you happy, what you really believe in the most. Put your energy in the meantime towards your biggest goals. That's the first message that I have here. All right. And regardless if you're looking for a partner, regardless if you're looking for, whatever it is, if it's love, life, work, I feel that the energy I have here is literally being focused too much on, I need to have this, to have that, to have this, to have that. And no, just think about your main goal. What is it you want? Don't think about the steps to achieve it. Think about what you want and go after that. I think all this energy is going to dissipate the moment you start working on that ultimate goal. For instance, if you wanted to go and move overseas, but maybe you're thinking, before I move overseas, I need to get some other job first. I need to do this first. I need to go and maybe, I don't know, a whole bunch of other things beyond that. Or maybe I'll go overseas in the next year. But you're still having other sorts of energies and plans that's going to divert and take your energy away from that. I don't know, it's just some sort of energy like that. If you want to open up your own business, but you are working a main job and maybe working side jobs, and those reasons are valid of why you have to do that. But I do think the reason why there's no satisfaction in what's being done, and also too no tangible results, is, again, think about turning your energy as much as you can towards your main goal. Yeah, think about the main goal of what you're working towards. And go after that. Don't think about the steps. If you're thinking about education, go after the career you want. Make your energy aligned one with what it is you want, what it is you'd like to work towards, who it is you want to be, where it is you want to be, and the rest will follow. So we'll get another message. Let's see. I'm actually going to pull from this deck, but I'm going to shuffle this a little bit. All right. Yes, it's very important to follow the path that you believe you were on this planet to do. I wish you all the luck in getting into whatever school that you want and having all the resources you need to kickstart the path that you feel called to walk on. Let's see, next message. I have early. Something is early. Early, I have sweetheart. Something is dear. I have wealthy. Early, sweetheart, wealthy. I'm going to go and pull 4 more cards. It's like there are bridges you have to burn. I'm going to go and start to call that right out right now. Bridges that have to be burned with snake and burn bridges. Excuse me. So let's keep in mind with snake, snake is a placement word. Actually, I'm going to pause this for 1 second. As I said, I have a little bit of phlegm. I have to cough out one. Okay, back. So yes, snake with burn bridges. So let's keep in mind that this year, according to the Chinese zodiac, is the year of the snake. We could be referring to literally somebody born in the year of the snake. You can go and check out what those years may be. We could be talking about a person with the characteristics of the snake. Characteristics would be someone who is attractive, noticeable, eye-catching, someone who is into fashion, someone who is very uniquely put together. Each time they go out, they do attract attention. They do like the finer things of life. They should be charismatic. People should be drawn to them in the energy of a snake. They glitter. They have a glittering quality. But however, keep in mind as well the other attributes of a snake. A snake is all about transformation. Exactly. And what I see with transformation and burn bridges, it looks like there is some, we'll go and of course see what these other cards are. I have blessing in disguise and sly, along with watching your videos. So, first of all, let me say that I feel that there is transformation that needs to happen. Transformation, if it hasn't happened, needs to happen. There are bridges, fortunately or unfortunately, that need to be cut off? What kind of transformation could you enact in your own life right now? What kind of transformation that you can enact that fosters an environment around you of people who care and that are supportive of your success? You know, sweetheart is also dear energy, darling energy, soft energy, caring energy, sweet energy, nurturing energy, kind energy. Think about all the attributes of what constitutes sweetheart. Unconditional as well. Unconditional affection. So I definitely feel like if you have not burned bridges, there are bridges you could consider. What could you cut out that is not supportive and not unconditionally on your side? Because there's a transformation that needs to happen. If I didn't mention it, this is also currently the year of the snake. Right now, 2025 is the year of the snake, the year of transformation. So if you or no one who you can think of who's close to you is in the year of the snake, from the year of the snake, go and check out what those years are. I have no idea. We are right now in the year of the snake, so it's very relevant to right now. And what I have here with blessing in disguise, you know, blessing in disguise and burn bridges. I do invite you, check out the things around you that don't care and the things around you that don't support your success. Because there definitely are things and situations and environments and people that, although right now, maybe for the sake of companionship, even maybe for the sake of comfort, and I very much do understand, you know, we all have bills to pay, we all have responsibilities to do, we all have interconnection. I'm not saying like, you know, drop everything and go off like a vagabond and be like, woo, free, you know, I only care about myself, I only feed myself, I only pay attention to myself. I'm not saying that at all. But there are also situations and relationships and connections that we form because we don't want to be alone, right? Maybe it's better to go and talk to someone than be by yourself. Or maybe there are situations and people that we deal with because, you know, we feel like for that small little service or small little something that they provide, it's worth maybe discounting the negativity, maybe the mocking. You know how some people, they have a sarcastic way of talking, and that way of talking is always diminishing. Are there people around you who diminish you? Try to diminish you. Try to say things purposely that are not constructive. Well, those are the people that I think are in the situations that you should think about crossing out and getting rid of, burning those bridges, because those are blessings in disguise, as getting rid of those connections. You know, also too, with I see sly on both ends. Sly on the people that you, or the situations that you need to go and burn those bridges. And also too, you know, once you realize something that isn't serving you in its highest possible form, and I don't mean, again, serving you like being obsequious and you know, fawning over you and blah, blah, blah. But I'm talking about being constructive and being destructive. Right? There's two distinct behaviors there. There's giving constructive advice, and there's actually just working out their own angst and picadillos against you. Jobs have that. Individual connections between people have that. And what I see with sly is that once you start saying that you don't need this negativity in your life from this situation or these people, there's no need to go and blow that up and be there, oh, blah, 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 blah. Just ease right out of that connection. Just go like the snake does. The snake goes and finds its own way, its own cubbyhole ways out into the vast forest, the vast field, the vast water, wherever that snake goes. Snake just goes off its business. And I feel like that's the energy that you need to have as well. For the blessings in disguise is when things leave your life, when you realize that you don't need that in your life, no need to go and blow that up into some sort of big announcement. Elephants playing trombones. Just go off. And watching your videos, I just feel like these are just the eyes that are on you. The eyes that are on you, your social media feeds. What can they go and find on you online? There are people watching your movements as well. I just feel like this is just general. This is actually one of my stalking cards. One of the readings that I do here regularly are who's watching you. So I do have some cards around those energies. So just something to keep in mind. Okay, that's message number 2. Exactly. They're real. Yes, there's no reason to go and put any sort of energy, positive or negative, into situations in which you see the end of. Let it go their way, you go your way. Some people could go and blow that up. But just don't feed the fire. No one has to go and put any more energy into something that doesn't benefit you. Exactly. It doesn't serve, it doesn't serve. I will say as well, without watching your videos, those people, those connections, those situations that you end, they will be keeping an eye on you. They're already keeping an eye on you, and also to energy of grounding, of stagnation. Those people will continue to watch you, but you don't need to go and be first-hand account information of what's unfolding in your life. Let's get another message, but before I do, I'm going to call out the Tingshas. Oops, sorry, that was a bit loud. Louder than I intended. All right. Let's get another message. Another message. I have 7 of Cups again. 7 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, bottom of the deck energy. I'm actually curious what's behind that Page of Pentacles. A whole lot of intrigue is around the messages that I'm getting today. There's an offer coming right now. That offer may not be obvious, but I feel like with 7 of Cups here with Page of Pentacles, this is something that you've touched upon. This is something that you've touched upon. However, so many other things have arisen, so many other things have come up that it feels like the directness or the visibility of this offer that's coming your way has been obscured simply because there's been so many other things before that have piled up, so many things after that have piled up. But something is coming through. Be back in 1 second. Excuse me. Like a little congested sinuses today. But yes, there's an offer coming. And that offer too, since you have last reached out to it, has actually been considering you and what you can offer. It feels like separate from, or like they've been considering you. Conversations among themselves, they've been considering you, talking about you, evaluating you. They've been also considering and talking and evaluating you because they put a pause upon who they bring in to their immediate circle. There's an offer coming. An offer coming with Seven of Cups, Page of Pentacles. Well, that's very good. I definitely think that, well, it's very disturbing how so many states are starting to legalize, like drug use, for instance. I really do think that drug use is not a step forward for any society, it's a step back. There's so many things that we could be learning, so many things that we could be doing, so many constructive things, and to go and encourage people into escapism and the substances that foster us not to see reality clearly is worrisome. Where I am, in the state I'm in New York. They have legalized drug use, and I see every time I go outside, I see people, so many people on the street that smell of drugs. They have, when they're in the stores or in the businesses, they literally have like their cigarettes and whatnot tucked behind their ears. They can't go anywhere without it. It's like adults all sucking on pacifiers. You know, there's so many distractions that they also encourage people not to go and engage in true connections, right? You listen to the songs of the pop music, popular music, they're all about one-night stands and not going for the moment and not for true connections. Everything is about distraction. They don't want you to examine anything seriously. They don't want you to be taken seriously, and they don't want you likewise to take anything in seriousness as well. It's very, very worrisome, and not at all a recipe for growth. Yeah, they need to. People do. It's not good to be distracted and to be encouraged. As I said, not treating yourself with respect, not asking for respect for yourself, and not treating others with respect. All those things are not being able to see reality clearly. Very, very worrisome. I almost feel like taking candid videos. Like I take shorts of nature and of my cats on my channel. I almost feel like taking shorts of all the drug use I see everywhere I go. I see really bad things. I see them doing all sorts of things too in the parking lots, the bus stops, outside of coffee shops, grocery stores. I see people pumping their gas, and they got all this drug paraphernalia. It's very, 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 very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. People are not even staying sober anymore. not even when they go outside. Before, it used to be what you do in the privacy of your own home, and now they're just doing it everywhere. Like literally, that Charlie Brown character of Linus walking around with his dirty blanket. Adults with pacifiers. It's the same energy. Yeah, it's just so disturbing, though. You know, it just really is. It's freaky just to go and show the amount. As I said, I'm in New York. The amount of drug use I see, it's very, very disturbing. I see it every day I go out, and I see so many people out of it. There was a job I had in which I was working remote. I typically work remote. Right now I'm in between work. And I was, one of the offices that I dealt with, there were people who were working in-house in Las Vegas. And Las Vegas had, Nevada. Nevada had legalized drug use. Like California was the first state to legalize drug use, and then Las Vegas followed. Well, not maybe the first state, but one of the earlier states. And then Las Vegas was also one of the earlier states to legalize it. And it was amazing that dealing with that Las Vegas office, so many people were out, so many people were I found out high, and they would say like they would do something, and unless you rode them all day for it, or you rode them close to the deadline of it, everybody would be like, oh yeah, I'll do it. And then they would miss the deadlines to turn in whatever you needed. I mean, some people may feel like they get work done, but I've worked with people also too who have, and I guess too, because it was primarily a remote company where all the management was distributed all over the place, but then they had this one group with a manager and a whole bunch of employees. That office was so rogue. Really, really was. You know, just disturbing. Very, very disturbing. I soon left that company, but it was just, I remember I had one person who was there saying something to the effect of, you know, gee, chill out, man, or chill out. It's just something. I was like, no, I need this because I had a client presentation, and there was some sort of information that I was counting on them to provide that I would then go and, I don't know, I needed their piece to complete my piece. And I actually had a hard deadline of a client presentation there. It's like, what do you mean chill out? You had 3 days to do this. And I believe it was also during, part of those 3 days also included the weekend, so there was no excuse. Yes, happy late Mother's Day to everybody watching. And also, too, tonight is a full moon in Scorpio. So anyway, I see an offer coming. 7 of Cups with Page of Pentacles. I have hurt. I have hate. And I have toxic. Bottom of the deck energy I have here is defend. I don't know if you can see that. Is defend. With defend, I wrote defend literally as one of the top qualities of a male, of masculine energy. To be a defender, to be a protector, to go and be an advocate and push forward on what's right. just just as much as the foil for wind is to nurture. Those two, which would be a feminine energy, a top feminine trait, to support and to protect. So I have grudge, I have pushy, and I have separate. First, I'm going to say that part of this delay in this offer coming through, it's precisely because there's been a lot of toxicity all the way around. We already had this bottom of the deck energy under High Priestess being Three of Swords. Three of Swords with a Three of Wands is basically almost allowing the situation to play out, or whatever aftermath, aftertaste of the situation to play out. And somebody has been taking their time in extending themselves again in this energy, taking a break from engaging again to heal from connections that are not good. There's a healing time coming through. Bottom of that deck energy is months. And what I have here is that momentary, that pause is necessary. Nothing immediate could have happened, could have arose in this energy, because the aftertaste of these events were still too strong. The openness would not be there, could not be there without being healed first. They had to be healed first before something new would come through, before you could see the value of what's coming through. I have Two of Wands. And I have Wheel of Fortune. So I don't know what kind of transition one has been in, you have been in, you may have been in either these last 2 months, could be last 2 years, last 2 seasons. There's something about a period of time and being in transition. Being in transition where lots of things have been shifting about. Also, too, nothing has really settled, because in this energy, not really conducive to anything settling. Perhaps some time had to pass by for any sort of chance of self-victimization type of sentiments to go away. Sometimes I do. I actually clarify. With these cards that I have here, I have enough that I have timing cards, I have placement cards, and then all the other cards that I have are literally, this is essentially a black and white deck. I don't really have any middle meanings, so there's no reason for me to read reverses with these, because I have equally good and equally bad cards. It's very much a black and white type of deck. It's a little harsh. This deck is a little harsh. For these, With my readings, I clarify. But with my Seven of Cups, I can already tell that it's swirling with a whole lot of past emotion. I feel it's neutral. Of course, Seven of Cups energy by itself naturally is neutral. If one was curious about what kind of Wheel of Fortune, I don't necessarily see any card, though, as positive or negative. I don't even see my Moon card as negative. I don't see my Sun card as positive. My Wheel of Fortune I actually see as also a neutral. See, if I was clarifying Wheel of Fortune is clarified by a Five of Swords. It's all about the opportunity and being able to make the most of the opportunities that come your way. I would say, too, in this energy that I have here of hurt, hate, toxic, grudge, pushy, separate, worth waiting for, and played you. In this energy, I would see this as, first of all, not allowing the past events, past situations to color your future interactions, but also, too, you know, you're smarter now. You have more experience now. You can size up situations now. Do that without bringing on the past baggage, and just the fact that now you see more, and also too you have less time to waste. Even my Five of Swords, I don't necessarily see a Five of Swords necessarily as bad. Five of Swords is all about, well, acquisition, essentially. Five of Swords would be about acquisition. Acquisition of things, acquisition of ideas. How tightly should you hold on to things you already have, ideas you already have, situations you already have? How eagerly should you be to adopt and adapt to new ways of thinking? Five of Swords asks you, it does ask you to be quick-witted and to see where you can incorporate change. But it is adaptability in acquisition. Essentially. And of course, it's always much better to be in Five of Swords energy than to have Five of Swords energy enacted towards you. I will also say that too about Five of Swords. It's one thing for you, or the recommendation for you to be in Five of Swords energy. It's another thing if someone around you is viewing you in Five of Swords energy. Because again, it's all about acquisition. So I'm going to pull one more message. And then I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break. It is almost 7:30 where I am. I have a few things to do for my day today. Yes. Oh, super early. Yeah, for me it's 7:20 a.m., 7:21 a.m. Of course, I think I got up rather early today. I've been getting up at 4 a.m. I have a weird schedule too because as I said, I typically have been working remote even before COVID. And I work with offices that are all over the place. I work with offices in New Zealand, which is pretty rough where I am. I don't know, New Zealand's something like 13-hour difference or something. It's a weird schedule. I worked with Korean offices, Middle Eastern offices. Trying to think of also really weird times. Oh, I've also worked with Hawaii. Well, Hawaii and New Zealand are kind of the same. Yes, the witching hours. For me, my favorite times are, I love the hour. I actually do love being up all night. And if I'm up all night, I stay up to see the sunrise. In an ideal world, I'd like to go to sleep in the early evening, either early evening or mid-afternoon, if I want to see the sunset. But I haven't been able to work that out. I have a standard schedule, sort of standard. Yes. Yes, I have. It's interesting in one way because you can see how when people say that, oh, we have like a global culture or a multicultural environment in terms of work, how truly that is. Because what I found is a lot of places when they say that, sometimes those people don't actually bring a truly professional global mentality to work. And I think that's where the issue lies. Not so much somebody's, where they're from or not. It's how willing are they themselves to release the fact that, what they think about women or what they think about Americans or what they think about indigenous. How willing are they to do that if they think that certain stereotypes and propaganda points. I do. I have right now, this is a dragon blood resin coated sage. I have a stick of Santo. And I have a whole bunch of incense, charcoal incense that broke. This is what I have left of it. I got these from a studio that was in a Tibetan monastery about a month ago. And I was given 5 or 6 sticks of these. And then the moment I got back, I guess because there wasn't even like a thin stick inside of it, this is just all charcoal, they all snapped on me. So all I was left with was like these little pieces. I have not. There hasn't really been a source nearby locally for that. There was a time when I created my own smudging sticks. I haven't done it in maybe about 2 years. I used to use pine, rosemary, things from the garden, things that were local. But yes, that would be very nice to use and very nice to have. You mean sweetgrass too, right? All right, let's see. One more message. I have broken heart. Bottom of the deck energy there is cold, but I'm going to pull 4 more cards. I have low self-esteem. I have plot. I have knows your name. And I have meeting. So for some of you, you're holding a little too tightly on to past disappointments. Holding too tightly on to past disappointments that you're not valuing yourself, not praising yourself, not being egotistical like you should. Should lean more into the fabulousness of yourself. Now, I don't know what this plot is and knows your name and meeting, but we're going to find out more. Could this be someone who's a broken heart, someone who's in broken heart energy with low self-esteem? I don't know with plot. Possibly. I know somebody here is that it feels like almost this is your energy because this feels a little bit more active, feels more sharper. All I know is that there is also the card here to relax. Things don't have to be overly complicated. I can if you donate. And hello, Lilith. With my channel, since I do a lot of collective readings, I ask that if I'm doing a reading that only benefits one person, I ask for a donation. You can either do Cash App or buy me a coffee. But I do lots of readings that benefit the collective. I also, as my channel isn't monetized, I invite you that if you would like to send a tip or a donation, please do, and I'll release astrological notes in your honor for all 12 of the zodiac signs. So not only would you be supporting the channel, you would also be supporting messaging that can benefit other people besides yourself. Nothing I write is free. Even my time right now, as I said, my channel isn't monetized. With these messages that I'm putting out for the collective, there's no benefit here for me. An hour's worth of my time. This is my donation, what I volunteer, but I'm not getting compensated for it. I don't expect compensation either. This is my gift to whoever needs to hear it. But I do ask that if you want me to go and read for yourself, which will only benefit one person, and that's you, it doesn't benefit me, I ask for a donation. So back to the reading of Broken Heart, Low Self-Esteem, Plot, and Knows Your Name. I have Holding On and Puppet. And one more, and then I'm going to pull 2 tarot. I do hope that the one who this message is for is not the one in low self-esteem and not the one with broken heart, because I feel like if you are in that energy of devaluating yourself, you need to be really cautious. because for some reason, that kind of energy is going to be something that will have someone else try and undersell you. I do hope this is the energy of that other person and not you. Sometimes, these readings with the messages, the collective messages, sometimes, it could be you, it could be someone else. Either way, I have a meeting that's coming here. I have the word predator. I have puppet. I have holding on to a puppet, holding on to a role. I have plot and knows your name. Somebody's planning on coming up to you. That person is a predator. That person, it feels like if you are in the energy of broken heart and low self-esteem, they will try to eat you. They will try and undersell you. They will try to take advantage. And you need to be aware of your own self-worth to ensure that doesn't happen. Maybe this person is the energy of broken heart and plot, and they're acting in the energy of a predator to try and raise up their own vibration, their own self-esteem by cannibalization, right? This person could be a cannibal. They feel better by feeding off of other people and by saying, I got over, despite the fact that they have a broken heart. That energy is here. The energy could be there. But I feel like this is something to be aware of. If you yourself have been beating yourself up, if you yourself have been devaluating yourself because of external situations, you're not where you feel you should be, you're not getting what you need, etc., etc., etc. It's time to shed that mindset, because somebody's going to go and sense that and possibly take advantage. If they could take advantage of it, they would. So don't devalue yourself. Don't allow anyone else to devalue yourself. Don't allow yourself to be manipulated. I'm going to pull a few tarot cards on this. Let's see. Let's see. I have the moon. I have Empress. I'm going to say with that meeting that's coming up, that person that knows your name is actually can actually be quite beneficial for you. It's a predator, but that doesn't mean you are a wallflower. You are a little fat mouse yourself. In fact, I'd also say with broken heart and low self-esteem that you yourself are quite a capable predator in your own way. And that with the meeting that's coming up there, all of course depending upon how you feel, how you project yourself, how confident you are in your own abilities and what you bring, what you can do, your own gifts. There's something quite beneficial there, but you have to have the right attitude about yourself. And also, too, in this energy, let me say, it's not really about being impressed by what you are seeing. Maybe there's been a period of lack that would encourage you. Well, we already have broken heart and low self-esteem. There has been a period of lack. But regardless, there's an opportunity here to be worked. I would say that a meeting with someone who is a predator is coming up. But remember, in your own right, you are just as fierce and just as capable. There's a benefit for you coming up. And plotting goes both ways. That's my message for you, signs. If I was to say signs, well, I do have Pisces, Taurus, Cancerian, Leo, Capricorn, and a smidgen of Aries here. Those signs could or could not be relevant, but more than that, it's telling me to let you know not to be overly impressed by anyone. Don't be flustered by anyone. With relax, and also to the moon and Empress energy. You are quite capable and just as impressive as this meeting that's coming up. And it very well could be a meeting of equals. So treat it as that way. Don't allow yourself to be put in a secondary position, the position of a fat, juicy mouse. That is my message for you. Sounds good. Sounds good. Pharaoh Wolf Dog. Yes, that is my final message. I am going to go and take a break. I'm not quite sure what I have on my day today, but I know I have some things that I have to run around and do. Very shortly, I'll leave this up for a little bit. And then later, I'll probably be back with some more collective readings or more investigative readings. I have more political readings to do. And I do have some celebrity topics to go and explore as well. But that'll be later in the day. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you very much for the blessings, Pharaoh Wolf Dog. I really do appreciate it. And of course, I wish for the most beautiful day for everyone. Until next time. And thank you for the hearts. So I'll do one more reading. Of course, if anybody has any personal questions, I can explore that for you in even a mini reading. You can donate some money and I can pull cards according to how much you've donated. If you're someone who's previously supported the channel too, and if you have a question that you need to have answered, Mystic Moons will work with you. Because we're all about the support. We all need to be there for support. Let's see, another message. Okay, that's a strong message for early in the morning. Effed up. Either some content is effed up or someone is content with something being effed up. Someone's being sucked dry. Effed up, content, and vampire. Let's go and see. One tarot card. Someone is wishing for a miracle in this energy. Bottom of the deck energy, there is Star. 5 of Cups clarified by 9 of Cups. Also, too, the situation is one in which they found themselves in. I have Scorpio, Aquarius, Pisces, energies that may be relevant. Someone's going to need to cut someone else out of their life. All the signs are there. And the time to make the move is now. Someone will reveal their true colors to you. You can't turn your back to that. Maybe you've turned your back to other things that have been done in this energy. That's funny. My little kitty right there. Isn't she cute? There's like one everywhere. Quite taken with that. Anyway, someone who is close to you, someone who perhaps has been getting along or you've been looking the other way, precisely because this person is attractive. This person is exciting to be around. Person is nice to be around. This person is no good. No good, and that's going to be pretty clear to you within days. You're going to have a revelation. That's that correctly I did. And you're going to go and have to make a choice to cut that person out. That's one message here. My cats say. They say meow meow. I once knew someone told me, "You have it easy. You have cats. Cats are quiet. People wouldn't even know that you have cats." And I was wondering, what kind of cats does she know to say cats are quiet? I've never known a quiet cat. I've never known a cat that just fades into the background. Maybe because I'm a chatty person, I have chatty cats. And I do have chatty cats. I do think they think that you're meowing so they can talk to. I know that when I tell them no or I tell them that they're doing bad, they back talk to me. Okay, little girl. Go inside. Go. Is someone a money magnet? A money magnet. A money magnet. Someone is in part a money magnet because of the effort they previously put into things. but there's also luck on your side right now. King of Pentacles. I have money magnet. I have a new phase of money magnetism. Next phase start. I have cyber stalking. I have rabbit. My ego is too big to care, and I have funeral. I have gossip. I have admire. And I have watching you. It's like a bunch of things are going on here. Perhaps a bunch of things are going on here because you've been moving around in such a wide field, doing many things. Well, cyber stalking, I do have somebody definitely keeping tabs on you, following up on you, watching you, learning all they can secondhand from you, which of course, learning secondhand from you means that they aren't getting entirely the complete truth. They're getting a portion. So, rabbit. This phase that's turning into money for you could be the end of a phase. Something that started in the year of the rabbit, something that started in 2023 could finally be ending for you. Could also be referring to somebody born in the year of the rabbit. If they're born in the year of the rabbit, or if they have rabbit-like characteristics. Well, rabbits are people pleasers. People are drawn to rabbits. You could say rabbits are the sexy ones, the ones you want to cozy up with, the ones you want to be next to, the desired ones. Think about that, the one that everyone wants to be closer to. If it's not referring to somebody actually born in the year of the rabbit, or something that started in the year of the rabbit. Definitely also too with funeral and that Ten of Swords energy. You know, a phase is ending. I do feel like that phase is something that is relevant or pertains to 2023. If again, it isn't actually somebody in rabbit energy. What the years of the rabbit are, I don't know. I mean, I doubt we're talking about a 2-year-old. Because what I have here is a money magnet. Anyway, that time period is over. And it's time for you to adopt this energy. My ego is too big to care and admire. That's one message. Let's see. Wondering if I do one more message. Maybe I'll do short pull on something else. Maybe this live I'm going to go and end it. Thank you for your time. Until next time.